The park is a narrative experience, best played in a dark room wearing headphones. It deals with subject matter that may be disturbing to some players. During the course of play, the park may manipulate graphics, audio, control settings, and your sanity. This is perfectly normal and should not be any cause for alarm or psychiatry.
Oh, it's one of those things where they trick you. Okay, I like that.
Trick you into what?
You
know what? Just don't tell me. Let
Okay.
me find out
In
and
my
hate
heart
you
and
for
mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum.
Wow, a lot going on with this outfit right here.
I
Stay in the
like it.
car. I'll go and ask information.
Wait, I'm probably gonna look at it over and I'll be like, oh wait, hold on.
She's wearing a headband with a cloth bow on it, hoop earrings, high-waist jeans, and a crop jacket.
I wish I could look it back again. Was it like one of those things where she should have looked in the mirror and taken one accessory off?
I think that this might be the 90s or something.
I saw her high-waisted jeans and I was like, I like
No,
your style,
but look at her car, and like the car combined with her outfit makes me think that this is retro. You know?
Sorry. Either that or
Attention,
what?
patrons. The park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience.
Either that or she's just really
Employees
committed
prepare the park for shutdown.
Hipsterism?
to 90s, I don't know, stuff.
She's a mom and she's a 90s kid?
Yeah. We should just leave the kid behind the first chance we get.
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
There is a lot of things happening with her.
That outfit?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
I kind of like her pants though, like the thing on her butt. Stacey does not agree.
I mean, I like wearing high-waisted pants, but not with like my shirt tucked into them.
Stacey's behind. How do you know she's not just wearing a crop top?
Also bad.
Hold on.
It's like if you have like a crop top and you
Wait,
show. What?
don't. When I'm trying to fix the thing.
It's not my fault, Mari.
I
I'm
said,
not
hold
in your
on.
head.
I said, hold on. Oh my god. Okay, continue your fashion rant.
I'm saying like if it was, I don't think she's wearing a crop top. She's wearing. I think this is like 90s whatever. Oh. Press the button to shout.
What button?
One of your mouse top clicky.
Wait up there for Mommy, Callum!
This way, Mommy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there he is.
It's one of these kids. Mommy, I'm just gonna go.
Wait for Mommy, Callum! There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave
Attention
either.
employees. The park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
Oh, this seems like a great
Sparks.
place to work.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, the sun... Oh, it doesn't look like good things are happening.
I mean, she didn't run after her kid on the escalator, so
Yeah,
it's kind of.
doesn't even want to, like...
She's like, no, just wait for me at the top. I'll be right there.
You know what? To be fair, she just spent a whole day in an amusement park with her kid.
Oh, she probably just is hating everything right now.
And then she goes, Mommy, I lost my teddy. And she's like,
fuck you.
Did you see her at the thing? She was just had her hands over her face, and the guy's like, it's gonna be okay. Like, you know, like, I just spent the whole day with my child in an amusement park.
Like, nobody else was there to help me take care of it. Oh my god.
Oh god. The park. What happened here?
What is this accent that she has? I feel like
Not
it's
sure.
that accent that people have for when they're like, oh, like a Boston-ish accent, but it's not really one. It's just
It's like vaguely East Coast.
You can't catch me.
like they're trying to have them have a Boston accent,
Yeah.
but it's not working.
You know, I'm so proud of you that you're now able to recognize that after hearing me complain about, like, every vaguely Boston accent that we've ever heard in a game.
I've been able to know that that's incorrect because I know what the panic attack is when I hear your family talk. But even if I didn't know, I have been like, I've never heard that before in my life.
Whoa, what? It's like, I feel like there's this accent that doesn't actually exist, but that people use sometimes, where it's like halfway between Boston and a drawl. You know?
Remember, okay, I don't know if you were in the car, but your sisters took me to, like, we were driving through an area, and one of your sisters made a joke like, oh, we're going through blah blah. Everyone here is like, has a neck tattoo and like something something. And I was, in my head, I was like, that's kind of rude. But then when we drove through there, she was like, exactly right. Like, I was like, oh, that's kind of rude. But then we walked through and I was like, everyone has a neck tattoo.
Like, that's just an actual description. I see.
Everyone here has a neck tattoo and like a bunch of weird things.
Carrie Killian is Satan's whore. Sounds cool.
If somebody wrote that about me, I'd be like, yeah, I am. Fuck off.
Yeah. I don't know that I would be particularly insulted.
I think it's because we've changed the definition of that in our minds. So it's like,
Yeah, I agree. But it's like, you know.
can I walk it?
Too dark. I'm not going in there without a flashlight.
Okay. Ooh, we're scared.
Ooh.
So I assume this is like her having some sort of...
Out-of-body experience.
I think she said, because at the beginning she goes, every time I close my eyes, I'm back at the park or whatever, she said.
Oh, yeah.
So I think she's like remembering losing her son, and then the police officer's like, right, okay. And then she's like, then suddenly it was dark, and there was a maniacal laughter and demons, and he's like,
yeah.
sitting there listening to her being like, right, okay. So this is kind of interesting in that this is a game about a mother trying to find her son rather than
Examine shoe.
a father trying to find their son. I wonder.
I think this belongs to Callum.
I don't know. I find it weird that, like, so many... I find it strange that so many games are made with, like, a younger audience in mind, yet it's always about finding your kid.
Here's the thing. I think that it's hard. Sometimes I think that when you have a female co-star, I feel like a lot of games, in order to make people not immediately think that they're your girlfriend, is to make them your daughter. Even for games where your co-star is an adult woman, it usually ends up that they are your daughter.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so how is she our daughter?
No, I'm talking about just in general.
Oh, just in general, yeah.
Yeah,
that
but-
makes sense.
Chad the Chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
And there was like this one video I watched, and I can't remember who did it. It was like, if you want somebody to care about the main protagonist, if you want somebody to care about the rock, put a rock that's slightly smaller than that rock and two very tiny rocks next to it, and then people will care about the rock.
Oh my god.
So if you give somebody a family or whatever, immediately people start like...
I think it's funny how that works for other people. It does not work for me. Because I don't know. I think it usually just makes me, like, irritated more than anything. I'm like, why do I care about this child? I don't care.
It's like like with Fallout.
Oh my god. Fallout, it did, like, it had the exact opposite effect.
Where's your potato, baby?
I was like, I hate both of these people. Can we just please...
When are they gonna die?
Yeah.
Chad the Chipmunk, worst in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, like to fight. Chad is beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die a useless slob.
That's depressing.
Chad the Chipmunk, welcome. Chad can be seen daily ice creams.
In daily ice sculpting shows. Ooh.
So maybe they're talking about Chad and somebody who, like, plays as Chad?
Yeah, I think that they're talking about... I don't know.
You gotta pee!
Let me in!
So, here we are.
See, this doesn't look like it's... Oop. Handwritten note.
It doesn't look like what?
It doesn't look like the park is still open. This looks like, you
I
know...
wonder what this is.
Wandering through a memory, you know? Purchase the land on... Wow.
Solomon Island for pittance? A pittance. I might add whatever old Archie Henderson did to the locals, but the mention of his name had people slamming doors and locking shutters from the moment I arrived on the island. My lawyers had arranged everything in advance, but the realtor still had to come and deliver the keys to me personally. He took it upon himself to offer me another warning. I don't know what you're planning to do with this land, Mr. Winter, but the soil here is bitter with a curse carried from the old country. Old man Henderson, he did terrible, dark things the land remembers, sir. I dismissed him shortly afterwards, mostly amused by his pathetic attempts of warning me off. I have a great vision for this place. Sorry. And the will to see that vision through the very end. Atlantic Island Park, the name is perfect, and I cannot imagine it being anything else. This is the start of something amazing. So, at least it's not like an ancient Indian burial ground.
I suppose, yeah.
So, he did... A serial killer did something, I assume, and then everyone was like, no, and then now we're on cursed, haunted lands, and he built an amusement park there.
Excellent.
This is scenic. This is pretty. We're a lady in the 90s finding our son who decided to just run around.
Yeah, maybe funnel of tails.
Well, there's a map that I didn't care about. Well, whatever. I'm sure
we'll just wander around.
Callum, stay where you are.
Come on, Mommy.
Swear to God, child. So you know what? Like, it's... The reason why I was able to bond with Clementine in The Walking Dead episode 1... Do I get on this, or...?
Oh.
Alright, here we go.
Ride Swan.
In The Walking Dead episode 1 is because she didn't, like, run off and do stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, like... She was still, like, a kid and did kid things, but she didn't just go, like... Bye, I'm off doing shit.
Oh, I'm gonna just go, like, do stupid shit around zombies, even though it's pretty clear that they're really scary and dangerous.
Yeah, she gets scared and she runs and hides. You're like a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever, like, kids run off and you're like, no, come back here. And I'm like, if you die, kid,
it's your fault.
It's your fault. And people are like, well, kids do that all the time. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this game to take care of a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
There lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. What will become of us? The woodcutter asked his wife one night. I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there. No, my wife, I cannot do that, said the man. Then we will all 4 starve, you fool. Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. "Do not fret, Gretel," Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house.
See, Hansel and
And
Gretel
then
are
they kill their
children.
parents?
After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. "Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself," the wife told the woodcutter.
You should kill their parents.
And then
In the
eat
morning,
them.
their
Yeah.
mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again.
See, Hansel and Gretel are children I can get emotionally
Hansel
invested
broke
in.
his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days.
Is she not gonna...
The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls.
You know what? As a child, I always thought that part was rather rude.
Nibble,
But it did sound
nibble,
delicious.
Little mouse, who is nibbling at my house? An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. "Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you." But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. "Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you." The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. "You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside," the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed.
And then she said, "Lead me to your mother, and we'll eat her instead."
The house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. "Your brother will make a good mouthful," the old witch told Gretel. "Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him."
This part's interesting, but we all know the
Time
story
passed.
already. So
I
it's like,
know.
Hansel refused to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him.
I'm kind of
The
wondering,
witch,
like,
for
do
her
we just
part,
end up riding
grew
around in
impatient.
here?
"Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven." But Gretel pretended not to understand. "I do not know how. Where is the opening?" "Fool," the old witch said. "The opening is here." And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked.
Imagine how scarred those children are now. They cooked someone alive and then just sat
And
there as
then,
she screamed.
Because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
Thank God. I was hoping
Yep.
there would be a good twist. And that's the result of what happens when you do that
Yep.
shit.
That's what happens when you fuck with kids.
They eat you.
They eat you. Whoa. Oh my god.
That scared me. Okay, so that paid off.
Oh, wow.
That was a goodly paced creep. Bye, Swan. Goodbye.
Alright, I'm out of here. What?
No, Swan.
What?
Let me out.
Oh,
Let me
God.
out, Swan.
Ah!
The Swan's like, no,
No.
you can't leave. You chose me. You chose me. So, I don't know if that was well paced. It was a long payoff.
Yeah.
For her.
Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story.
What?
Not mother and son, but brother and sister.
What?
Hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy. Looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws.
That's a very unhealthy way to look at your relationship with your son.
Yeah. Well, I think that sometimes it can be like, it's us against the world is what she meant.
Yeah, when you're like, oh, not as mother and son, but as brother and sister, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of, I watched the first few episodes of the Bates Motel, and, like, you can sense that something's weird about how she sees her son.
Well,
Another accident. This place.
pretty sure that's intentional, though.
No, it was. But they were very good at making it very subtle, where it wasn't, like, saying anything. It was, like...
Yeah.
She was, like, doing certain things, and it was, like, ugh. Anyway, don't watch the Bates Motel, because it's too much.
Too much? Didn't you tell me that I would like that?
I thought that you would, but then it got so intense that I was like, oh my god, I can't do this.
Marty's like, I take back my recommendation, don't watch it.
Don't watch it. It's very good. It's just, it's extremely, rapey.
Oh.
I thought it was going to happen once, but it just keeps happening. So I was like, nope, no more. So I just think it's interesting that just the thing that she says, where it was like, no, not mother and son, but brother and sister, where she feels like, oh, this is cool.
Huh.
I like the atmosphere of this.
This is very, like, weird how it's so spread out and not... And, like, very, like, very much still in the wilderness, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, there's grass everywhere.
If this was a real amusement park, I think I would enjoy it, being able to see all the nature and then...
Yes. Unfortunately, they do not look like this.